two types of Americans: those who live in New York and those who wish they could. Thank you. Good to see you all. This is such a significant announcement that we're making, but I am really excited that in our city we have the African American Mayors Association that is here as well, hosting one of their meetings, and they picked a great city to do it in. I'm not going to say it's the best city to do it in because I have too many mayors here. But we're excited about their few days here as they talk about some of the issues that we are facing across the entire country. And mayors really, we say over and over again, must hold it down. What happens on the federal level and the state level, it trickles down to the mayors. We have to carry out the policies, and people may not know their federal or state representatives, but trust me, they know their mayors, and they expect for a real result. No one elected us to define the problem. They elected us to solve the problem. And today, we are going to announce one of those problem-solving initiatives that we are going to carry out here in the city of New York. And we like to exchange best practices as mayor, what we learn from each other when we gather together at our conferences. We make sure that we're able to bring back to our local municipalities and get results for our cities. The 21st century, we look at the use of internet service, and particularly high-speed broadband. We know how important it is, and it's used to whether finding a job, connecting online, looking for research, helping with resumes, filling a prescription, or applying for child care. And as our cities become more and more automated and more the use of artificial intelligence, the internet is no longer just a luxury, it is a necessity. And New York is needed, but too many people in the 21st century are not having the internet service and the high-speed broadband in their homes. We know that we must change that, and that's exactly what we are doing. And when we came into office, it was hard to believe that in 2022 alone, 1/3 of NYCHA residents had access to high-speed broadband. So we launched Big Apple Connect to bring a free internet service to NYCHA residents. And today, we're proud to acknowledge that 330,000 New Yorkers across 220 of our public housing homes, NYCHA facilities, enjoy free high-speed internet as we work to make life more accessible and affordable for them. And thanks to our digital equity roadmap and our Chief Digital Officer, Matt Frazier, we are continuing to identify and address the digital divide in our city. And now we are supercharging our efforts to bring even more New Yorkers online with free high-speed broadband program called Liberty Link. Liberty Link will deliver free and low-cost internet to 2,200 affordable households across the Bronx and Upper Manhattan. We're expanding from public housing. Now we're moving into affordable housing as well. And it will bring more families in Section 8 and other affordable housing developments online with free Wi-Fi for their home usage. Today, we're bringing Section 8 online. Nothing like a nice prop. But we're not just giving people the tools to get online. We're showing them how to use it when they are online. With Liberty Link, we are connecting residents in our neighborhood tech help program to help and give free one-on-one services, because if you don't give the backup and the support, it's almost useless just to have access to something without having the full understanding how to use it. Something as simple as providing free, accessible Wi-Fi can change the life of a New Yorker. New Yorkers can start a small business and grow online, the student who can get access their digital courses, the family who can apply for childcare through our online portal, the mom and dad who can find jobs that help them pursue their dreams, and the grandmother who can stay connected to her grandchildren online. So free, accessible Wi-Fi means New Yorkers have more money in their pockets. It adds to the $30 billion we have placed in the pockets of working-class New Yorkers, everything from decreasing the cost of child care to paying off medical debt, reduced fare Metro cards, and free high-speed broadband. Every day we're helping New Yorkers connect and succeed in the digital economy. But with Liberty Link, we are not just connecting people to the internet, we are connecting our city to the future and creating a better city to live and raise families. And so now I want to turn it over to the acting commissioner of HBD, a great partnership with HBD, and I want to turn it over to him at this time. Commissioner?
Thank you, sir. First of all, I want to thank the mayor for his leadership and his vision on this subject and many other subjects. And once again, he has made sure that government and its services meets people where they are and in the neighborhoods that they call home. Again, my name is Ahmed Tigani. I have the honor of serving as the acting commissioner for the Department of Housing Preservation and Development. Furthermore, it's just incredible to be here today at this moment. I want to thank all of our partners, the library, our housing advocate community, and of course this administration for making sure that this step forward toward a more connected, more equitable, more affordable New York happened. At HBD, we see housing as a foundation, but true stability also depends on access to jobs, education, and healthcare, all of which increasingly rely on the internet. To help residents thrive, we must be the conduit for that access. We heard from tenants in Upper Manhattan and the Bronx, and the message was clear. Many were struggling with spotty service, rising costs, or no reliable access at all. And we knew we had to act. So that's why we're so proud to launch Liberty Link, a pilot that will bring free or low-cost, high-speed internet to 35 affordable housing buildings, reaching nearly 2,200 households. We're doing this in partnership with the New York Public Library because we know libraries have always been the engines of equity and connection. And with support from incredible nonprofit housing partners and philanthropy, we work every day to keep our community strong. We're also investing, as the mayor said, in the digital skills people need to take full advantage of this access through our neighborhood tech help program, which brings one-on-one support right to the buildings and the people here in the spaces that they come to, our libraries. Liberty Link is not just about fiber and wire, it's about dignity. It's about closing the digital divide in communities that have too often been overlooked and left behind. It also reflects the values of our city. The installation and maintenance work for this pilot is being awarded to MWBE firms because equity has to be built into everything we do. Like when we first began experimenting with integrated broadband and was ultimately able to require internet access in the housing investments we make, this is a pilot, but the vision is long-term. We're testing what works so we can scale what works and ultimately bring affordable, high-quality internet to every New Yorker in affordable housing. So we're excited that we reached today. We again thank the leadership of this administration and our partners across government. We're optimistic about what lies ahead and eager to see how far and how successful this new public service can go. Thank you again. Thank you. At this time, I want to bring up Garfield Swaby, who he made me mention. He said I have to say Swaby like Swaby, like baby. Sorry, it was an instruction from the library. Anyway, I'd like to introduce Mr. Swaby.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the New York Public Library. My name is Garfield Swaby, Vice President of Technology for this system, and happy to have you here for a very important announcement. In today's digital world, internet access is increasingly essential to fully participate in society. From completing homework, to logging onto healthcare portals, to applying for jobs, the internet has become a necessary tool in daily life. And yet, the Bronx is riddled with digital deserts. What's meant by that? Well, more than 1 in 5 households in the Bronx lack broadband access, and 1 in 3 households lack even access to a computer. Everyone here today recognizes the importance of internet access and how dire the digital divide is. We at the New York Public Library recognize the importance of internet access and how dire it is to the digital divide, especially to the Bronx. We have long focused on bridging the digital divide, and we believe that access to information can be transformative, helping individuals succeed and for their neighborhoods to thrive. Providing free and open access to information is a central part of our mission. Access to reliable and accurate information helps foster an informed citizenry and is essential for any healthy democracy. But none of these goals can be accomplished in today's world without accounting for digital equity. The New York Public Library has long provided computer and internet access at our 92 locations throughout New York City, but we recognize that this is not enough. And that's why we're here today. The program we're announcing will deliver free Wi-Fi directly into the homes of lower-income New Yorkers. This program has the potential to transform the day-to-day lives of so many New Yorkers. In partnership with the city and with the Department of Housing and Preservation Development, this 3-year, $3 million pilot program will connect up to 2,200 households with the advantages that broadband offers. To ensure these residents know how to fully take advantage of this program, we've also trained a fleet of experts to provide one-on-one support for anyone who needs it. Whether you need help setting up an online banking account, accessing your patient portal, or just setting up a video call to stay in touch with family, Neighborhood Tech Help is there to assist. And even better, they'll meet you where you are, in community centers, cafes, and even here at libraries. Visit www.nypl.org/techhelp to learn even more. We want to ensure that every resident is equipped to succeed in today's digital world. And these two programs, Liberty Link and the Neighborhood Tech Help, are a major step in that direction. With proper investment and right leadership, we hope to take the Bronx from being a digital desert, parched for connection, and transform it into a national model for bridging the digital divide. Thank you. Let me call to the podium Mayor Van Johnson to deliver his remarks.
Thank you and good morning. I want to thank Mayor Adams for hosting us here in this great city of New York. And as a product of New York and a son of Brooklyn, I know this is a great city. And Mayor Adams, I want to thank you for showing us what big, bold, forward-leaning, positive thinking leadership looks like when it comes to tackling inequality. The work being done here today to connect households or families, thousands of them in public housing, to high-speed internet, and to pair that access with real digital literacy support is nothing short of transformative. People's lives will be changed. And as president of the African American Mayors Association, I have the privilege of working alongside mayors across the country who are fighting every day, finding ways to make things happen to close the digital divide in their communities. This issue touches every single corner of our neighborhoods. And it's about whether a child can complete their homework. It's about whether a job seeker could fill out a job application online, whether a grandparent can schedule a telehealth appointment, or whether a small business can reach customers online. It is a civil rights issue that has 21st century infrastructure implications. At AAMA, we are elevating this issue on a national stage, and we're advocating for stronger broadband investment from the federal government. We're lifting up best practices from cities like here in New York, in New Orleans, and of course, Savannah, Georgia, to show what is working on the ground. And we're creating partnerships with technical companies, foundations, and community leaders to expand both internet access and the skills people need to thrive online and, of course, in their workplaces. Back home in Savannah, we have made digital equity a focus of our efforts. We brought free public Wi-Fi to neighborhoods that have been historically left behind. And we've worked directly with our libraries and community centers to conduct hands-on digital literacy programs for our seniors, our youth, and everyone in between. And Mayor, I think I'm gonna steal this idea when I get back. Don't tell anybody. But we're always thinking about how can we creatively create affordability and how we can create access, not just in terms of internet access and internet service, but in making sure that families have the devices they need, and more importantly, they know how to use the devices, not only safely, but effectively. Our cities cannot afford to play catch up anymore. And so we are planting the seeds today for the future of our cities, and our children deserve it. And that's what this is all about. So I thank you for the opportunity for being here on behalf of the African American Mayors Association, and I introduce the phenomenal mayor of New Orleans, Louisiana, Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
Well, good morning. You know, it really is just an honor to be with you all this morning and to be in unity with Brother Mayor Adams here and my fellow brother and sister mayors from around the country. My name is LaToya Cantrell. I serve as the mayor of the city of New Orleans. And so from New Orleans to New York, we know that our people deserve access to digital equity and inclusion, the resources to improve their daily quality of life. And so what is being unveiled this morning is just that, a real solution for real people, because our people matter, no matter where you are. But we're in the largest, the biggest city in the United States of America, and I'm from one of the greatest in New Orleans. But what that means, though, we understand what it means when we say meeting people where they are. Because as we go out to our communities and see our people, we also understand what they need to be the best that they can be. Technology changes rapidly. We know that. But our people have to be connected to the tools and resources to change and innovate just like it. So from jobs to education to healthcare, workforce training, development, it goes on and on and on. So like in New Orleans, where I can say 30% of my people still are not connected, which means that every single day we're working on solutions just like we're unveiling here in your great city. While we've had the opportunity even in New Orleans to activate resources, again, to our people living in subsidized housing, started it as a pilot, understanding how it scales. So what I want to do is encourage all of the residents who are going to benefit from this, use it. Do what you need to do to build the confidence within yourself, because you're going to have the tools. Because as the mayor mentioned, this is his pilot. with the intentions of its scaling to meet the needs of more residents of the city of New York. But it starts here, it starts today. So I am just honored to be here with my brother mayor, with you all the people, because it really symbolizes that no matter where you are, from New Orleans to New York, our people are our greatest asset, and you're worth every investment today. And as you heard my brother, Mayor Van Johnson, say, we're on the front lines advocating for more resources that we can bring. But each dollar matters, and it's being invested right into you. People behind me, my young people, it's for you. Take advantage of it. Because also far too many times, sometimes our folks don't believe it's for them. It's for you, just for you. So thank you again for this opportunity, but I can tell you the way is in your front because the leadership is on the ground and is unwavering in delivering. So thank you.
A few on-topic questions first. Kelly?
Hi, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
Kelly.
Hi. I make it to everywhere you go. I wanted to ask you about this program. How will people know about it? How will they be able to sign up for it? You know, is it something that's just going to come to them? And then how important was something like this to your administration coming in? I know you had a public safety campaign, but how important, priority-wise, was this for you?
Extremely important. All these issues are crucial. And what we have found, I saw when I was borough president, knocking on doors, speaking, giving tenants PPEs like face masks, etc. And when I spoke to the resident, the children were home supposed to be doing remote learning. They didn't have access to high-speed broadband. So they were unable to sign on to the remote learning. And mothers that did not want to leave their homes, that wanted to do telemedicine, they couldn't do it because they didn't have access to high-speed broadband. And so just as we need electricity and gas and water, our utilities, this is no longer a luxury. And when you have in modern cities pockets of communities that don't have access to high-speed broadband, we're really disconnecting them from the ability of upward mobility. So this was extremely important for the administration, and I really hats off to Chief Technology Officer Matt Frazier when he came up with the idea of having the Connect to do it with NYCHA. We wanted to start with NYCHA, and now we're broadening out to other low-income housing. So this is crucial. Who want to touch on the sign-up part? Yeah.
So we're working specifically with these 35 buildings. We have been engaged with those owners. They will be communicating with the residents in those buildings to make sure that they are aware of this service and that they can sign up. Separately, the Neighborhood Tech Help Program, we're working actively with the New York Public Library, both in traditional media outlets. So we had a large rollout that continues to push out through the libraries into various stories that we're doing, social media. But I'll go further and say we're really trying to make sure that this gets into different communities that may have English as a barrier. So HPD has been working actively with doing media roundtables with different ethnic community groups and trying to make sure that we're establishing and pushing out alerts to them as well. The Tech Help Program definitely has a more expansive reach, and so we want more people to come in. But in addition, this program, we have a targeted plan with the owners and the residents in those buildings. So this is a 3-year program. The mayor has invested over $3 million, $3.25 million into this program. And so in that time, as we look at how it evolves and what works, what doesn't, we can come up with a program figure for what the future could be.
Any other questions on this first? Haley? Can you do the prop one more time? It went so fast.
What's happening?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
It's truly a pleasure. I always saw you with the television thing. This is a good thing now. It's live in New York. I want to thank you and all the people who are involved in this necessity. I'm going to call it necessity. Is this program, Liberty Link, similar to that the government had issued in reference to all of the the networks being, I guess it was approved, that you automatically got it, or is it the same type of program where you have to contact your carrier and then you automatically get the percentage? Or this is, I love Liberty Link, this is great. But
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the program that you're speaking of, but I know when we did the NYCHA rollout, when the Chief Technology Officer first did it, our goal was to make sure that it can have those who lived in public housing will have free access to high-speed broadband. This is an expansion of that concept with Liberty Link. We want to go now outside of NYCHA housing to go to other low-income housing. And it's part of our overall goal of bringing down the cost of living in the city. Anyone who has a cable bill would tell you how expensive it is to have cable. This is money going right back into the pockets of New Yorkers. So I'm not familiar with the program you're talking about, but when we depart, you can speak with the commissioner, and we'll look into that program. You know, okay. Yeah.
I'm a disabled veteran. I'm in affordable housing.
Yes.
And this program was run by the federal government. I don't know if it's Affordable Care Act or whatever it was called, but it was affordable for those who plugged into it, and you kind of automatically got it, like off your internet, and it was across the board.
You know the name of the program? Commissioner, you aware?
Yes. I believe you're talking about, there's an affordable broadband assistance program that they had during COVID. It is a program that the mayor and the city, and I'm sure many cities, had advocated for its continuation. At this point, the federal government has pulled back from its support of accessible broadband. That is why the city has put its own dollars and actually made it easier in this pilot for people to connect with the internet and broadband accessibility. We believe that this is a program that's efficient, effective, can deliver results, and can be done easier, and we can be the example that we want the federal government to expand on.
Thank you. That's it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Haley, go ahead. Will you explore using mayoral executive power to override sanctuary laws to assist Christina?
First, I wish my EOs can override laws. I'll override a whole lot of laws like bail reform, raised age, cannabis laws, but executive orders can't override laws. And that's one of the misnomers that's out there, that people believe mayors have the ability to override existence laws. No, the city council, they pass laws and we sign it into law, but we can't use the power of our pen with executive orders to override the laws. There are a whole lot of laws I will override in the city if I was able to do that, but no, we do not have the power to do that. Kelly.
Hi, following up on that question, the comptroller today is calling on the city to address some of the conditions at 26 Federal Plaza. I know you've spoken that that's a federal building, but would you be willing to maybe join with other local elected officials and help to get federal officials in there, see what's going on? Those are New Yorkers inside of there that have come here and are following the law. Other than maybe calling out the injustice that's happening there, do you see yourself working with any local officials to help?
Yeah, this was brought to our attention yesterday. I think you brought it to my attention yesterday. Yes, and so we immediately reached out to find out exactly what is taking place there. Remember, we managed 237,000 migrants and asylum seekers, and we treated them in a humane way, made sure their children, 50,000, had access to education. We made sure that 112,000 were able to get free legal services that allowed them to go into the courtroom. So we don't want to see our good work stall. And so we are going to coordinate with our local electeds to look at what is happening there, including our federal electeds. And I'm happy to see that they are raising their voices at this time. But we're going to look into it. It was brought to our attention yesterday. And the team spoke with the chief of staff and the team to find out exactly what's going on there based on the videos that were presented. And to my mayors, I bet you all of you have a Kelly in your city. You know,
Her name is Kelly.
you know, you all have a Kelly, a fine reporter that knows how to make sure we stay on top of our game. You know, okay?
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow. But I